Hey, what is up, guys? You're watching Epic Pokemon TCG. In today's video, guys, what I got for you is going to be the first deck profile of the new season, and I thought, why not? We'll start off pretty strong here. So today we're going to be taking a look at Rayquaza. Now, this honestly is a pretty fun deck. I do enjoy playing it, and overall, I would say that this is a pretty good starting list if you're wanting to pick up this deck and try it for yourself. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at Rayquaza Vmax here first. It does have the ability of Azure Post. Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Now, this might not seem too good, but when you have multiple Rayquaza on the field, basically just being able to Cricket Tune and use Rayquaza's ability is really going to help you plow through your deck and really help you draw some cards. And then we have Max Burst for 20 plus. You may discard any number of basic fire energy or any number of basic electric energy, which is what we'll be doing in this case from this Pokemon, and this attack does 80 more damage for each card you discarded this way. Now, obviously, this is very similar to a Rayquaza that we have actually already seen in the format before. But yeah, overall, really cool card. I really like it. I think it's sweet that Rayquaza actually has a really solid card behind it. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at Rayquaza V, because you can, of course, attack with this as well. I just want to point out, though, that this art is absolutely incredible. I love this so much. It looks like he's doing a Rasengan. While I'm not the biggest Naruto fan, I still think that's pretty cool. But the first attack is going to do Dragon Pulse for 40, and you discard the top 2 cards of your deck. This could obviously help you set up potentially using Flaffy's Dynamotor ability if you're able to hit an electric energy. But then we also have Spiral Burst for 20 plus. You may discard up to 2 basic fire or electric energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 80 more damage. So essentially, this is a really good way if your opponent does have something that can block VMAXs. You can attack Rayquaza V and still crank out some considerable damage. So overall, pretty good there. So obviously, we're going to be discarding a lot of energy. So how are we going to be able to get these energy back onto Rayquaza so that we can attack again? Well, that is where Flaffy's going to come in. So Flaffy has Dynamotor. Once during your turn, you may attach an electric energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So ideally, what you're wanting to do is get multiple Flaffy set up on the field, use the Dynamotor, bring up your Rayquaza, and then of course attack, and then next turn you kind of just repeat the process and go from there. Flaffy, Dynamotor, we've seen Dynamotor in the past already, and back then it was really good, and now it looks like it's going to be the exact same case. So yeah, pretty cool. We also are going to take a look at Cricket Tune here. So this, honestly, I would say is probably the best support Pokemon in my opinion for this deck. I know that there are some lists running around with like Bolton, Crobat, and everything, and I might take a look at those in the future. I don't know. But Cricket Tune, I think, is just a very solid partner for this deck for multiple reasons. And it's going to really just revolve around Exciting Stage. So if your Rayquaza VMAX goes down, you can promote Cricket Tune. You have the Azure Post, or Pulse, wow. Those are not Pulse on Rayquaza Vmax, and then you have Exciting Stage, which does 2 different things depending on where Cricket Tune is placed on the field. Once during your turn, you may draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may draw until you have 4 cards in your hand. So essentially, you just kind of want to have a Cricket Tune sitting there, and if you Azure Pulse, play maybe 1 or 2 cards, you can use Cricket Tune, Azure Pulse again. So yeah, just overall, just drawing basically up to 3 to 4 cards can really help you plow through your deck, which is crazy to think about. That, and with all the discarding, of course, that Rayquaza is doing, I forgot to mention this, it's a really good way for you to put your electric energy into the discard pile. And the funny thing is, we're probably going to be taking a look at this deck later in the year when Ultra Ball comes out, if it does indeed come out. I know that there's like some people saying it is, some saying it isn't, but just in the likelihood that it does come out, we're probably going to have to revisit this deck because, well, Ultra Ball is going to make this kind of dumb. Alright, so that is going to do it for the Pokemon. Pretty basic general strategy. You're just going to attack with Rayquaza, and then you're going to Dynamotor onto your second Rayquaza, and then just promote something and attack. So yeah. Now we're going to look at the supporters here. Obviously, we have 4 Professor's Research, we have 2 Boss's Orders, and then we have 2 Rose. Now, Rose is really, really good in this deck. Again, for the Cricket Tune and Rayquaza strategy, I actually really enjoy Rose. It allows you to attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon VMAX. So let's say just in the likelihood, or in the scenario that like your Flaffies get taken out, or you don't have enough Flaffies on the field, you're going to be short. Rose is going to allow you to attach 2 extra energy, and if you look, that is going to be 160 more damage just with this one supporter. yes, you do have to discard your hand, but the thing is, like I said, guys, with Kricketune, you're going to be able to draw some more cards, and then you're going to Azure Pulse them away and then draw more. So really, Rose isn't going to hurt you too bad. I just realized that my TV's been going this entire time with football in the background, so I swear to God, if I go back and listen to this and I got to do it again, I'm going to scream. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, Rose is going to be a really good way for you to just throw some extra energy on there, or if you just have a bunch of useless cards in your hand. Really, there's a lot of different scenarios you can use Rose in. As for the stadium, we're going to be using, of course, Stormy Mountains. It's going to allow you to search out your Mareep or your Rayquaza, so that's going to be really handy there. As for some more searching cards, we do have 4 Quick Ball, which is going to grab your Rayquaza and Mareep. And then, of course, we have 4 Level Ball, which is going to search out your entire Flaffy line. So that's going to be very, very helpful. We also run Rescue Carrier. Obviously, the big thing for this deck is going to be your opponent's going to try to target down those Flaffies to limit damage as much as they possibly can. So Rescue Carrier is just going to allow you to, put up to 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less back in your hand, I believe. Yes. So you can grab either one of these. And then, of course, we have 3 Switch in here, along with 3 Air Balloon. This is just, you can basically kind of, flip-flop between Rayquaza, or like if one goes down, send up something with an Air Balloon, Dynamotor. Yeah, because, of course, Dynamotor from the bench, so you need a way to get your Pokemon out of the active spot after you Dynamotor. Let's see. We have Evolution Incense. This is going to search out your Rayquaza and your Flaffy, obviously. I don't know why I have 32 of them, but yeah. And then Energy Retrieval. So I have a couple cards in here that just really were comfort things for me. Energy Retrieval is going to let you going to allow you to put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile in your hand. And then we also have Ordinary Rod. This is going to allow you to search up Pokemon and energy, put them back in the deck. So, yeah. The attack kind of requires a fire energy. We only have 3 in here. So, we need a way to put those back in there in case they do get hit by Crushing Hammer. So, that's one of the reasons why that's in there. Because trust me, it's annoying. It is very, very, very annoying to just get your fire energy hit by Crushing Hammer repeatedly. You end up wanting to hit something. So, yeah. And then we got Pal Pad to shuffle our supporters back in there, so you have the capability to Rose, Boss, or Research again, depending on situations. And then as for the energy, we have 3 Fire and 8 Electric. So that is the deck, guys. Now, I do have a gameplay for you. It's not against the most competitive deck, but overall, I still think that it showcases how to play this deck. It shows the damage it can put out, and I think it's just overall a really good way to take a look at the deck in general. So hope you guys do enjoy that, and I will see you in the gameplay. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. So, I have to say, we have a pretty solid turn 1. I think this is a really good opening hand. And like I said in the deck profile portion of this, not the most competitive game ever, but still, hey, I thought this was a good showcasing of this deck, and I figured why not, we'll go ahead and just use this as the demonstration video. But I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I hope you guys are all happy and doing fantastic. Like, for real, I hope you guys are just doing fantastic. Thank you guys so much for the amazing support. I know I took a week off. I know. I just took that week to start focusing on getting videos ready. I started just kind of rejuvenating, getting ready for the huge content grind. Because with the release of Evolving Skies, we have a lot, and I mean a lot, of decks coming. Holy crap. I mean, like, Inteleon's got some new partners to play with. Of course, we have Rayquaza. We also have the Evolution decks are coming, man. So it's exciting, guys. It is very exciting just to see how Evolving Skies just changed up the format so much. And I think Evolving Skies honestly was like the perfect set to come out before rotation, Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think that it was a very solid, like, set to come out. So that way, like, we really have a lot of new ideas. We have a lot of new decks to play. And so, going into next format, it's not as stale. And I feel like that was the issue a lot of times with older formats, was that, when you go into next format, the decks were kind of meh. Like, they were just kind of like, I don't know what I'm playing, because everything just kind of seems bad. But now it's like, okay, this seems really fun. This seems awesome. Let's freaking do this. And literally right out the gate, I have the idea field going. With this deck, you really want 3 Flaffy, a Kricketune, and 2 Rayquaza. That's realistically what you kind of want to maintain as the game goes on. Now, I do want to go ahead and just mention a slip up in case you guys can't see that big tag team right there. For some reason, I was still in post rotation mode, and so I didn't even think about welder being a thing, and I just kind of left my Flaffy up there because I was like, okay, his first attack can't knock me out, so I'm good. But I did end up making my opponent have to welder, discard 2 energy using its big attack to knock out a 90 HP Flaffy, which is honestly kind of funny. Yeah, right now, man, it is a very exciting time to be a Pokemon fan with all the news coming out, all the stuff dropping, and I don't know, it's cool, dude. It's actually really cool just to kind of see where this game's going. You know, they're releasing a new product. They're making a lot of these big cards easily accessible to players. Of course, you know, minus the neck-bearded scalpers who ruin everything. If you're able to get your hands on some stuff, you know, you're able to get like some really good cards basically right out the gate at like a store. You know, you don't have to try to pull them. You don't have to try to buy them, you know, single online. And that is just really cool to see Pokemon doing that and making this game so easy to get into. And, you know, we got new games coming, all kinds of stuff, dude. And I'm very pumped for it. But yeah, as you guys just saw, he had to use his big 220 HP crap, 220 damage attack to knock out my my Flaffy. Jesus, I can't speak. Wow, we're struggling today, guys. So right here, I make a little bit of a boo-boo. I just want to throw that out there. I just kind of banked off the fact that I could draw a bunch of cards here. I promoted the Rayquaza. I probably should have promoted the Rayquaza with an air balloon just because, yes, hey, you're drawing a lot of cards, Dylan. So you should probably just bank on the fact that maybe you'll get enough off of what you're about to draw to set up that Rayquaza V, evolve it, and knock something out. Which I literally just freaking do. Like, look at my hand. Pretty much, well, no, I would have been short. But either way, I still think I should have promoted that air balloon Rayquaza. So a little mishap on my part. I'm still learning these decks. And that's the beauty of it too, is we have a lot of decks to learn. And I'm going to be trying to live stream soon because as I'm building all these decks, I need to test them. So, yeah, that is going to be the plan in the future. I'm going to try to test some decks and get some Evolving Skies going, man. I'm pumped. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm, like, super excited. And as I try to thin cards, you know, and make my deck a little thinner, you know, so I can draw some stuff, I put more cards back into it. You know, that's just how Dylan rolls, bro. But my question for the video is, what decks are you guys most excited to see from Evolving Skies? Like what are you guys wanting to play? What are you guys wanting to experiment with? Is there any ideas that you guys might have that you feel like is a little under the radar? Because I definitely do. I think in the last 3 days, I've probably built like 6 decks or something like that, and some of them are fun decks, some of them are still like works in progress, but still nonetheless, guys, I figured, hey, you know, if we're gonna be like moving forward with this post rotation stuff, I'm just gonna say screw it, and we're gonna try to crank out almost every deck in the format. There's gonna be some stuff that I'm probably not gonna be able to get my hands on, but overall, I'm gonna try to, you know, just post as many decks as I can and see what I can get for you guys. Because I mean, hey, we're closing in on 1,300 subscribers, you know, and I want to make that happen before the end of this month. And I feel like we can do it, especially because you guys are freaking awesome, and I believe in you guys. And I can never thank you enough for the continued support and just what you guys do for me on a daily. You know, like tuning into my videos, you know, leaving likes on them. You know, I get those encouraging comments and such. It definitely warms my heart, man, and it makes this a lot more fun as I just sit here and Dynamotor over and over to this Rayquaza to bring inevitable death to my opponent. So here in a second, you guys are literally just going to see me kind of take my rage out here for a second. I should have brought up that Charizard breaks in or whatever the heck it is to knock that out because it has an energy, but I saw Reshizard. I've had so many run-ins with Reshizard that just infuriated me that I had to just absolutely smoke this thing like a cigarette, bro. Yeah, I had to hit it for 340 damage, and that felt good. You know, it feels really good when like a deck has tormented you or just caused you pain or something like that, or a specific card, and you just absolutely, like, you know, YY 360 no scope it, bro. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, man. It's early in the morning. I'm halfway done with my coffee, and I'm still waking up. And that, to me, is the best time to do commentaries because I make no sense. I really don't. So, yeah, I've been trying to test as much as possible, but I keep running into, like, kids with, like, 3 Dedenes and, you know, going, like, Mountain Dew, Dorito mode on me, so... So it's been a struggle. That's kind of the issue too. Whenever you do play post rotation, so close to like a rotation, you're gonna obviously run into people testing for post rotation, pre rotation, and yeah, it's kind of like a jumbled mess. Now we see the Charizard Vmax sitting on the back of the field. Now this is where a-hole Dylan kind of came out, because I was looking at my field and I was looking at my deck, and I'm like, I want to one-shot that. And I almost jeopardized this video trying to do this. Because I would have had to try to get another gameplay. But I do have Evolution Incense in my hand, which is the only reason why I did this. You guys are like, what does Evolution Incense have to do with that? Well, I wanted to make sure this, you know, the certain supporter was in my deck before I did this. But yeah, I wanted to one-shot that, and I was determined to one-shot that Vmax. Because I saw him load it up. He brings it up in the active spot, and I'm sitting there and, like, you know, I'm like rubbing my hands together. I got like this little menacing smile, and I'm like, I'm about to smoke this dude. So he hits me with Claw Slash for 100, not bad. And here is where I look through my deck, and there he is. There he is. That is going to be how I one-shot this Charizard. So I go ahead and I quick ball, I pitch that there, and now I bring myself down to exactly 6 cards. I have 2 Rayquaza abilities, so I'm thinking, all right, I got this, no problem. And I'm kind of thinking it over still. I want to, but obviously I could just boss up something and win the game here. But you know, hey, I gotta be that guy, you know. I hate that term, by the way, that guy. Yeah, man, I'm going to be that guy. I hate that for some reason. I don't know why. You know, it's one of my weird things. So, obviously, you guys saw me hover over the boss for a second, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, bro. Nah, we're going for it. So, I unfortunately miss the first time, and I'm thinking, uh-oh. I'm thinking, uh-oh. I'm like, all right, you're in there, dude. So I try to Cricketune for it, and I'm thinking, maybe, nope. So I have to Reserve Pulse, and I'm like, oh, God. So, yeah, I got the Rose. I finally hit it, and I have to one-shot this Charizard. Like, I was determined. So I bring up this Rayquaza. Really stupid play. I could have just won the game. Don't do this ever. Don't be that person. All right, I'm going to change it up instead of that guy. If you just have the win, just take it. But I do hit that thing for 500 damage. That was the goal, to just one-shot Charizard, the thing that is ruining this game because a neck-bearded scalper. I'm going off on a tirade. Okay, anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. 1100 damage. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you guys are excited for some more deck profiles, make sure to let me know by giving the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Have a wonderful day, guys. Much love to you, and this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.